With the news of Joseph Duggar and everything that's going on with him, that obviously has me thinking a lot about the sexuality and what that looked like within the religious cult that I grew up in. Hi, my name is Kristen, and I grew up within the IFB, or the Independent Fundamentalist Baptist cult world. And this world, what I like to say is Duggar adjacent. It's easy for people to recognize. We all know who the Duggars are, their extreme views and the way they saw things, and the way I grew up was extremely similar. And you can imagine sexuality within this world is no different than any of the other rules. It is very tightly wound, and you have very specific expectations. So one, no sex before marriage. That could be an obvious one. You couldn't even hold hands with the opposite sex, let alone do anything else. So that was forbidden, number one. Number two, obviously any sexuality that pertained to yourself or touching yourself or things of that nature, that was seen as evil, literally of the devil, of the flesh, wicked, sinful. You don't do things like that. No one really talked about things like that in detail, but it was very harped on that anything that pertained to those types of things, again, touching yourself or pleasing yourself, that was wicked. So it was just seen as something that you don't do. And a lot of the purity culture within the churches that I grew up in, so this is number three, they would liken you unto a lot of different things, your purity. And purity included not just not touching the opposite sex, but also not doing anything to yourself. They would take a piece of gum and they would chew it up and hand it back to you in your hand and said, well, you don't want this gum now. So if you do anything, even holding a hand with the opposite sex, you are now a chewed piece of gum. Or they would take a flower and they would rumple it up and they say, well, you don't want this flower now because it's, all tainted. So that is their viewpoint. And the reason why I'm bringing this up today, when we're breaking this news, when we're talking about the Duggars, we had, now a couple of them within this family, it does not surprise me. Honestly, I thought it was going to be inevitable, which is truly heartbreaking because this could be avoided had we not had these types of high control religions that twist things that are normal and natural into evil and wicked, because then these are how it's expressed. And I'm not here to say that every single person clearly that comes out of that is like this, but this is what it can produce, and that is why it is so harmful and so dangerous.